Hey everyone, it's Kirk McLean here, and you're watching Clay's Canucks Commentary.
Hey Canucks fans, and welcome to Clay's Canucks Commentary Live, presented to you by Van City Experts Real Estate. I'm your host, Clay, emo Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take all in one take for Monday night, March the 24th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. Welcome to everyone. Welcome especially to everyone who's part of the double D gang, the double dip, the double... I don't even know what the second D stands for. I know the first one stands for double, though, and it's those people, those fine people who were at the Canucks After Dark show just now with Parker and me, not Parker and I. There we go again. And of course, you guys are here with me right now. So shout out to everyone part of the double duty. Oh yeah, the duty. Yeah, the double duty gang. That's what it is. The double duty gang. So glad you guys are here. Glad Murray's here from New Zealand, and glad everyone here is, whether you're local or national or international, which is part of my shtick as part of my intro. So moderators, do what you need to do to keep this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's legends, Hall of Fame and franchise members, thank you for your support. And to everyone else, no matter where you are watching from, whether in my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston and Richmond, in the city, Lower Mainland, province, country, continent, around the world, thank you for being here. You know that I know that you could be watching anyone else, doing anything else, getting ready for work, school, or bed, or all three. But the fact that you're here with me, know how much I always appreciate you, and I never, ever take you for granted. So this is how you get involved tonight. You can subscribe to the channel, get active in the chat section, get notified of my videos. I actually dropped 2 videos today. I did a game preview in the afternoon, and then I didn't. Yeah, I did. I did a game preview in the afternoon, and I was able, because it was an early game, I was able to do my goal breakdown even before Canucks After Dark. So technically I've done 2 videos and 2 shows today. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot. So subscribe so you get active in my chat section, get notified of my videos. You can like the video. Like the fact that we are together. Like the fact that the Canucks won 4-3. Like the fact they got a massive 2 points. Like the fact that Thatcher Demko returned to the lineup. And like the fact that Jonathan Lekkerimäki showed some of his promise tonight, which was awesome. And like the fact that we continue to build such an amazing Canucks community here on YouTube. You can leave a donation. Will you be the one who gets the donation train out of the station? You can gift a membership. By the way, who was it that says they like it when I say, when I do my goal breakdowns, they like it when I say, I'm here to break down all of the goals, even when it's a 1-0 game or a 2-1 game, all of the goals from the Vancouver Canucks. So anyways, you can leave a donation, be the first to get the donation train out of the station. You can gift a membership. You can buy your own membership. You can upgrade your own membership. You can use your monthly membership message. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. Okay doke. Let's talk about tonight's game. Mama Clay likes it. Oh, by the way. Oh, you know, I'm glad I just reminded myself of something. So I have to edit a banner really quick because I actually I found out some new news today. Good news, well, neutral news, which I will share with you during my mid-show sponsor read because it actually affects what I thought I was going to do this week. You'll see what I mean in about 15 minutes or so. Members at 11 p.m. Okay. You will see that in a few minutes. But I see something green that usually means it's someone being generous. And it is. It is Adam Lee who gifts a membership. So let's give Adam some love in the chat. Adam gifts a franchise membership for a month and in essence gets the donation train out of the station. Thank you, Adam. And franchise membership for a month goes to Windy City Hockey. Happy to have you here, Windy City. I think that's Chicago, right? Glad you're here. Welcome to franchise membership. And let's give some love to Adam in the chat for sure. Okay, let's go. Let's break down this game. And we start, as always, by doing the Edge Goal Visualizer, or as I like to see, the Sedge VC, the Clay's Edge Goal Visualizer commentary, if that makes sense. So let's go. The first goal is Pius Suter. And you know what? Oh, there. Look at Marcus Pettersson drive down the boards and just centers it to Pius Suter. You know, there's a huge advantage of doing my goal review videos before. And remember, I only do them when the Canucks win. But I do the goal review videos when the Canucks win. I do these Edge Goal Visualizer breakdowns every game, win or lose. But it sure is easier to do these breakdowns after I have after I've done my video. And yes, Amazon Prime, during the intermissions, during the play, they're like the Quinn Hughes hype team. I loved it. Yay to players who can score in shootouts. I'm poor, but I loved it. Adam, there's a story. I won't get all religious on you, but there's a story about there's many stories about in the Bible about people who give out of their poverty. I'm not saying you're poor, but someone who doesn't have as much, who gives, they're actually giving a greater proportion of what they are able to give. But that doesn't mean I don't want rich people to stop giving too. So it means a lot, Adam, that you do choose to sacrifice and you do choose to give out of whatever you have. That is pretty awesome. Let's watch this again. Off a draw, Suter. Back to Pettersson. And Pettersson just goes down the sideboards here. And then he draws the defender. And look at Suter, just kind of circles, and he goes right into the soft spot of the ice right there. And then one timer from below the hash marks, gets it past Markstrom on his blocker side. And it's 1-0 Canucks. Awesome. Thank you, Adam. And yeah, it was funny listening to Prime commentators. It's like listening to someone who saw the great Quinn Hughes for the first time. I know, it was so good. Quinn Hughes should hire them as his agent. I'm going to make this a bit smaller so I can see what's going on here. Then it's New Jersey. And this one, a good passing by New Jersey. There's Jesper Bratt, comes down, sends it to, who was it? Yeah, Dawson Mercer, who actually does a really nice pass. He goes between his legs backwards, kind of like Sherwood did a couple games ago. And it gets to here. Now, Meyer's first shot actually goes off of O'Connor's skate back to Meyer. Demko's kind of twisted around, and Meyer puts it in. Not Demko's fault. It was an unfortunate bounce off O'Connor, and now it's 1-1. Then third period, it's Meyer again. This one's kind of strange. When I first watched this with my son Sean, he was watching with me, we didn't like the way that Hughes right there goes to help Hronek. But then in watching the replay, I don't think Hughes was worried that Brendan Dillon was much of a threat. That's why he went to go help. Because even though the puck gets to Dillon, Hughes is able to close the gap, but Dillon's shot goes wide, and Atu Ratu here fails to pick up the goal scorer of Timo Meier, and that's how that one goes in. So if you watch it one more time, you watch the way that it comes in the zone. I was actually fine with the way that Hughes, you'll see, jumps across to help Hronek. Puck goes there, but then watch Ratu. Ratu should really check Meyer, and that's how that one went in. But then, just 45 seconds after that, a beautiful play from Derek Forbert, of all people. And we joked about this on Canucks After Dark. So look at Forbert. I don't know what Forbert is doing down here, but he is from Oman. And then Forbert makes the pass to the slot. It was very similar to Mitch Marner to Connor McDavid at the Four Nations overtime against, no, it wasn't like that at all, but it's the same spot. Forbert out to Lekkerimäki. Linus Karlsson is in Markstrom's way, and Lekkerimäki puts it past Markstrom on his glove side. So beautiful goal. It is now 2-2. But then a minute and a half after that, this could have been the backbreaker. Watch this right off the draw. Watch Eric Holla, 56. And then watch Teddy Bluger, 53. Bluger is supposed to stay with them. But Bluger kind of, after he loses the draw, just kind of gets lost. So technically, Joshua is supposed to go out and take this D-man. This D-man forward is supposed to take him. And then Sherwood's supposed to take that D-man. And then Sherwood's supposed to, Hronik's supposed to take whoever's here, the left winger. And then the center is Teddy Bluger's responsibility. But the shot, Demko makes a save, and Holla is there to grab the rebound. And now it's 3-2, and we're like, oh, great. Is that the Canucks season? But, cue up some more heroics. This time we thought it was DeBrus, then we thought it was Suter. It was Suter at the time of the goal, and then it turns out they switch it to Connor Garland. So let's see what happens here. Canucks have their goalie pulled. Hughes gets it on the boards, pulls it to the middle, fakes going to Hronik, and then just turns and snaps it. It goes off of a New Jersey defender. I think it's Dylan Stick. Off the post, right there behind Markstrom, back through Markstrom's legs, and then look, this is pretty funny. 9 of the 11 guys are charging for the puck, including Suter, Garland, and DeBrus. They're all poking at the puck, and they're saying that Garland touched it. I love this. 9 of the 11 guys, like I said, actually including Markstrom, 10 of the 12 players are all in the crease right here, and the Canucks tied up with 35 seconds left, which is pretty cool. Then they don't show, non-goals, nor do they show shootout goals. We know in overtime that the Canucks gave up that 2-on-1, a centering pass to Paul Cotter, but Markstrom dives across, does the splits. So if that is not a test for an injured groin, I don't know what is. Well, I do know some other things, but they're not appropriate for the show. So that was pretty cool that Demko made that save. Quinn Hughes was joking around in the post game where he said, typical me, played that 2-on-1 like SHIT, which was pretty funny. So that's what happens. Demmer makes an amazing save, and then he comes up big in the shootout, and then DeBrusque and Jonathan Lekkerimäki with a wicked goal. If you haven't seen it yet, watch my goal breakdown with the game-winning goal in his first ever shootout attempt. Let's look at the stats, as we always do. Shots on goal, 7-5, okay, 6-5, okay, 14-9 for the Canucks, and then 4-3 in overtime. This game followed the exact same pattern as St. Louis on Thursday, New York on Saturday. The first 2 periods, not a lot of goals. Teams kind of not playing tentative, but playing tight for sure, knowing when to give up the points or whatever. And then crazy third period explosions in all 3 games. 2 of them, the Canucks are forced to tie it up relatively late. So pretty crazy. Oh, yes. Many of you guys are mentioning that Jacob Markstrom was so mad after he lost the game after Lekkerimäki scored him. He smashed his stick on the goalpost. And then Parker and I were joking around in Canucks After Dark, very reminiscent of when he smashed his stick on the post after the Canucks gave up a 3-on-0. A 3-on-0 in overtime against St. Louis. Horvat and Myers wiped each other out. They just kept passing to each other until they got bored, and they put it behind Markstrom. And Markstrom smashed his stick on the left goalpost or the crossbar, very similar to what he did today. SGA comes in with the monthly membership message. Let's give some love to SGA in the chat. SGA says, hi, Clay. I'm a big fan of your channel, and you always do a great job covering the Vancouver Canucks, and you always keep it 100, and you are great. Well, thank you, SGA. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch, especially considering you are a fan of all the California teams, as are in your logo, the Giants, the 49ers, the Golden State Warriors, and the San Jose Sharks, of course. So let's give some love to SGA for using his monthly membership message, being a franchise member for 5 months, which is pretty cool. Shots, 28-25 us. Face-offs, 57-43 us. They scored on 1 power play goal. We did not score on the power play. And then we out-hit them only 22. That means Sherwood had less than 10 today. And we had 17 blocked shots. Let's quickly look at the box score. Who cares about New Jersey? But for the Canucks, we have Garland with a goal. We have Lekkerimäki with a goal. And then the shootout winner, which doesn't count the stats. Suter, a goal and assist. DeBrusque with an assist. Amon with an assist. And then for the forwards, Besser, 23 minutes of ice time. Suter, 23 minutes of ice time. Makes sense. They're on the top line together. And then for shots, we have 5 shots from P.S. Suter, or P.S. Shooter, as we should call him. I've called him many times. And then Sherwood still had 5 hits to lead the team, at least from a forward position. We have no points for Hughes, even though he played 31 minutes, which is pretty crazy. 31 minutes for Hughes. We had points for Pettersson and Forbert, both primary assists. Then shots, 6 shots for Quinn Hughes, 4 for Hronek, so 10 between the two of them. 4 blocks for Hronek. Wow, what a great solid game from Hronek, even though it was -1. 4 shots, 4 blocks, 1 hit, which is pretty impressive. Another 3 blocks for Marcus Pettersson, and then another 2 hits for Quinn Hughes. And then Thatcher Demko makes 22 of 25 saves. You look around the league at the scores, and we beat the Devils. Blue Jackets beat the Islanders. They're funny. These are our next 2 opponents. Then we have the Dallas Stars shutting out the Minnesota Wild, and then Detroit beating Utah, which helps us, although Utah, of the 3 other teams, is the one I'm least worried about. So here are the standings, and here is my latest calculation, as I always do when it comes to the playoffs. So with our win tonight, St. Louis has 81 and 72. We have 78 and 71. Calgary has 77 and 69. And then Utah has 75 and 71. So you guys know one way to look at it, I always do, is I pretend everyone wins the same number, their games in hand. So if everyone plays 72 games and everyone wins to get to 72, St. Louis will have their 81. We will have 80. Calgary, though, could have 83 if they win all 3, because they've only played 69 games. And then Utah would have 77. So again, if everyone won out, it would be 83 for Calgary, 81 for St. Louis, 80 for us, and then 77 for Utah. Another way of looking at it is at points percentage. Technically, St. Louis has a better points percentage because they're 4 up on Calgary. Calgary does have 3 games in hand, but their points percentage would dictate they're not going to get all 6 points. So all to say, you go 0.563, which is St. Louis. This is the math I was explaining to you last time. 0.563 times 82 times 2. That's 92.3. So again, we are still at 93 points. So this is updated now. Presuming the playoff bar is 93 points, the Canucks need to go 4 games over 500 or 15 points in 11 games. 15 points gets you to 93. 11 games, 15 minus 11 is 4 games over 500. So they have to go 7-3-1 or 6-2-3. I guess technically they could go 5-1-5, but that's a little bit strange. And this makes sense because in last night's stream, I said they have to go 16 points in 12. No, sorry. I said they had to go 17 points in 12 games, which is 5 games over 500. So yesterday, that graphic said 8-3-1 or 7-2-3. So this makes sense because the 93 didn't change, but the Canucks they won tonight. So now instead of 8-3-1, it's 7-3-1 or 6-2-3. So I show that to you guys because I want to be very realistic. You guys know I was pretty bummed after Saturday's game. I recorded the vlog yesterday saying, are the Canucks done? And then they go out and they pull out this gutsy performance with no Elias Pettersson, no Niels Höglander, no Philip Hito, and then with Thatcher Demko returning to the net. So if the Canucks want to get to 93 points, they're going to have to go 7-3-1 or 6-2-3. 6-2-3 I like because it's actually it's 6 wins and 5 losses. It's really 1 game over 500 in terms of wins over losses. So I hope all of that made sense to you. I'm going to end the poll question now, and then I'm going to do a Mitchell sponsor read, and then I'm going to turn it over to all of you. 31% of you saying Demko was the best player tonight. 31% saying Lekkerimäki was the best player. So a tie. 22% saying Hughes. 13% saying Suter. All good choices, though, for sure. By the way, you guys, was there any lag tonight as I showed the goal visualizer? Are we getting better? Jason Lim, do I think 7-3-1 is possible? I do, but I think 6-2-3 is even more possible because you could say that we're gonna beat Columbus, Islanders, Seattle, San Jose, and Anaheim. So that's 5. We only need 1 more. So, and those are the teams we should beat. And then we take one of our 2 Vegas games, Dallas, Colorado, or Minnesota. I'm missing 1 game in there. Yeah, the ones we should win are, like I said, Islanders on Wednesday, Columbus on Friday. Then we come home and we play Seattle and Anaheim next week. and there's a San Jose game in there for sure. So those are the 5 we should win. Then we're going to be challenged against 1 Winnipeg, 2 Vegas, Minnesota, Dallas, Colorado. That's 11 games. Yeah, that's 11. So we basically got to take one of those 6 harder games and then not lose all of the rest in regulation. So it's still doable. It is still doable for sure. And yes, I'm happily admit that I was wrong. You know, there was a time when the Devils were up 3-2. I was like, oh no, I don't want to be right because I picked the Devils. So I will happily admit when I am wrong. There was no lag tonight. That is good to know. Neither in the Canucks. So let me do my mid-show sponsor read. And then I have a change to my schedule from and I'll explain why in a second. So let's always start off our mid-show sponsor read by thanking our primary sponsor who's in the chat tonight, who I'm going to watch the game with on Wednesday, not in New York. We're going to hang out in Richmond or in Vancouver, wherever Jason picks. So let's thank Jason Lim of Van City Experts. Thank you to my channel sponsor, Jason Lim of Van City Experts Real Estate. At Van City Experts, their experience, knowledge, and expertise can serve you well in navigating through the real estate market and will help you to choose the best home or condo in the greater Vancouver area that best suits your and your family's needs. Shout out to my secondary sponsor, Coach Patrick Liu, weight loss coach. You can check him out at coachpatrickliu.com/clay. Thank you to Gatsy J Art, making that fine artwork, and thank you to Vessi Footwear. Use the link tinyurl.com/VessiClay and receive a free pair of socks off your next purchase of Vessi shoes. Thanks to everyone who's purchased Canuck Clay merch. I'm wearing my GLCPC tonight, and it's so only 2 designs, but that's all we need, the CCC and the GLCPC. You can pick up some merchandise at canuckclay.threadless.com. Also, a reminder of how you can get involved tonight. You can subscribe to the channel. You can like the video. You can leave a donation. You can gift a membership like Adam Lee has done. You can buy your own membership. You can upgrade your membership. You can use your monthly membership message like SGA has done. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, you can rate and review. And there's a change to my show schedule this week. And I'll admit it's because I messed up. So originally I was going to do my members show tomorrow night at 10:45 because I have to end by 11:40. I didn't want to shortchange the members. So originally this was going to be Tuesday night members at 10:45, Wednesday night CCC at 11 p.m., Thursday night no show. Because as I mentioned yesterday, I'm going to go see the Tina Turner show. We have season passes to Broadway across Canada. So 4 times a year we see a show at the Queen Elizabeth Theatre. And I thought that I was going to go see Tina Turner show on Thursday night. But when I went to go look at my tickets in my Apple Wallet today, they weren't there. And I got a little scared. And then I looked at my email and it said Sunday afternoon. I'm like, what the heck? Why did I change my tickets from Thursday night, which is my usual night, to Sunday afternoon? And then I realized it's because originally Gail was supposed to fly home on Saturday the 29th. She might be falling asleep at the show. So we were going to go Sunday the 30th. Gail has since extended her trip in the Philippines. So it's going to be me, my daughter Kayla, and my mother Joyce, who I'm not sure is watching tonight. But I thought we were going to go to the show on Thursday night. That's why, and we wouldn't be home before 11. So that's why I said no show on Thursday. Turns out the show is on Sunday afternoon. I'm missing the Canucks Jets game, but oh well, I have to sacrifice. And therefore, I can do my members on Thursday. So, all to say, tomorrow night, regular show at 11. Wednesday night, regular show at 11. That will be a post-game show. Then Thursday night, members at 11. And that is the plan. Okay. I hope that all makes sense to all of you. So let's get going with your questions and comments. We'll start off with Harry Ma using his 21-month monthly membership message. Harry says, hi, Clay. How are you? I'm great. Hope you are well, Harry. How important was the Canucks win today against the Devils? Extremely important. Extremely important. I cannot overstate how important that win was. If the Canucks make the playoffs, how far will they go? Not very far, sadly. Anything can happen, but I just don't think they match up well against Winnipeg or Vegas if they have to play either of those two teams, likely Winnipeg. But you never know. But more importantly, this win was very important. By the way, let's give some love to Harry in the chat. Your question was fine, but I always laugh. Whenever you watch any media scrum, I know that the reporter's job is simply to get the coach or the players talking, but please save me the question. How, Harry, yours was fine, but how important is Demko? How important was it that you felt good? How important was it to score that game tying goal, P.S. Suter or Brock Besser? How important is it to get off to a good start? How important is it to click on the power play? How important is it to play connect? The answer 99% of the time is always it's important. Always. And for the life of me, these reporters who are professional reporters, and don't clip this and send it to them. I get, I don't think I'm better than them. Well, actually, I think I'm better than some of them, to be honest with you, but I won't say who. I get that the reporter's job is just to elicit a response. But that's why I really like the reporters who frame their question in something like, talk about what you saw on this play. Or did you expect this to happen? Or what were you thinking? What was going through your mind when? Spare me the how important is it that? How important was it that? Does that make sense, you guys? Does that make sense? Or am I being too like whatever? It says the guy who doesn't even know proper grammar. No, I do. But that's for another show. But yeah, I just listen for that. And not just Canucks reporters, like everyone. But because I get it. It's an easy way to elicit a response from the people they are talking to. Okay, I'll get off my soapbox now. What's your take on the clutch performances in the final moments of the last few games? Do you view them as a good or bad thing? No, it's definitely a good thing because we were doing it shorthanded, or not fully healthy. And the more that these young players or veterans like Besser can come up big in these moments, that's huge. That's confidence building. Just like remember how good we felt anytime there were clutch moments against Nashville or Edmonton in the playoffs last year. What are the prospects? The Canucks go 7-0-4 or 6-0-5 with no regulation losses. I would not bet anything on that, considering they have to play Vegas twice, Winnipeg, Colorado, and Dallas. There's got to be 2 or 3 losses in there, right? When you think about it. All games are important to win until they find themselves above the cutoff projected points or until they're eliminated. I agree. Hey, Mom, you're watching Double Duty. Love it. Love it. And I'm not sure if you heard me explain the whole thing about how we're going to go see the show on Sunday and not Thursday night. Hugh says, welcome, Mama Clay. We desperately need Montreal. We need Montreal to beat St. Louis, and we need Seattle to beat Calgary. I think Yrvin has better questions than the reporters. I would agree with that. Too funny. Everyone's saying hello to Mom. Well, they need to write articles in the newspaper too. I don't get it. Are you defending the way they ask questions, or are you just saying that it's newspaper guys too? Hi, Clay. How are you doing? I'm doing great. Cindy, hope you're well. I thought Demko had a good game. I hope he did. He was great, especially that big save in overtime. Were the Canucks dominant in 94, or did the team just squeak in the playoffs? I think they were in the middle. 1993. No, they were the bottom seed. 94 NHL standings. So in 1994, what am I talking about? Sorry, the Canucks. Yeah, they finished. They finished only. Oh, this isn't the best. They finished in second place actually in the Pacific Division behind Calgary. So it's not like they were an 8th seed or anything like that. Here's better. NHL standings. So in 93-94, Calgary had 97 points. We had 85. So we beat San Jose in the first round, then we beat Calgary in the second round. So no, we didn't just squeak in. We were the second seeded team in our division. Good question though. I heard Lecker Mackey goes by Johnny as his nickname. If he continues to be as clutch as he was tonight, he could be Johnny Canuck. Yes. I can't believe that Rick Tocchet still calls him Letter Mackey. It's the funniest thing. Carol says that there's perfect sense. This is about asking better questions. We need Minnesota to keep losing. Yeah, Blazers fan. I don't worry about catching Minnesota, to be honest with you. I do. The man they call Ravine. Of course I remember him. I remember Ravine for sure. The 94 team was mediocre and barely made the playoffs. What am I looking at, though, then? The 94 team. Yeah, in the Western Conference. Although, yeah. Actually, Ricky, you are correct. They had they went 1-8, and Detroit and Toronto in the Central had 100 points, 98 points. Dallas had 97, Calgary had 97, and then St. Louis, Chicago had more points than. So technically, yeah, that's a. Oh, we did play Calgary in the first round because it was 1-8. That's right. We did not play San Jose in the first round. I got thrown off because Vancouver was the second place team in Pacific, but that's when they went 1-8. So Calgary was 2 and we were 7. Even though we were the second place team in the same division as Calgary, it was a 2-7 matchup and we beat them. That's fair. I stand corrected. Thank you, Ricky. We were the 7th seed. San Jose was the 8th seed, Dilo. Is it the questions that are bad? The player answers that suck or biddable? I don't think it's rare. Like Jeff Patterson, and I've talked about this, who I really respect Jeff Patterson. Jeff's not afraid to ask tough questions. He's had testy, exchanges with Philip Hronik to name one at least. I didn't name a few, I named one. But Jeff Patterson always has the philosophy is if you're not going to elicit good responses if you don't ask good/tough questions. So I think Jeff Patterson asked really good questions. I really do. I think he asked 2 tough questions for the Canucks, and that's why, I'm not sure. I think because he was affiliated with Harrison Price, he at least for 1 or 2 years was not allowed to. It's so weird to say allowed, but was not part of the scrums. But I don't know the full story. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I have huge respect for Jeff Patterson. I do think that most players, though, they tend to answer in cliches or it's rare where you get a player that will say something that not just to ruffle feathers, but is something that completely unique or different. So I think it's a bit of both. I think the questions become a repetitive trope. I think some of the answers become repetitive cliches. So great question, Swervin Yrvin. Yeah, 7th in the West. Oh, you're saying reporters need content and people who write articles need to make a living too. They need to grab a hold of any juicy topic. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! I have no problem with them jumping on juicy topics. We can have debates about clickbait, both on articles or on other content creators or even my stuff, whatever. That's fair game. But what I'm saying is you can probably get the same answers that you're getting by asking questions in a different way, but it's not too big of a deal. It sounds like I'm upset about it. I'm not upset about it. I just really appreciate it when there's a creative line of questioning. No, Jessica, I do not think Shelov's gets any more starts as long as Demko's healthy because you are trying to win every single game. I had a very hard time explaining the playoff format to my wife. I will do that tomorrow. Tomorrow there's no game. I will do an in-depth breakdown of how the playoffs work. How do I think they're going to do the rest of the games? If 11 games remaining, I think they're going to go like 5-5-1, not 7-3-1. So I think they're going to get 11 points. I think they're going to wind up with 89 points or 90 points. And I think they're going to be just short of the playoff bar. That's not what I want. That's what I think is going to happen. But do you know who was dominant in 1994? Clay at Much Music. Yes, I don't want to copyright myself, but if you look up Clay, Much Music, 1994, 1995 or whatever, you'll see a flat top Clay emo hanging out with Monica Dial outside of the studios, downtown Toronto. Much Music. That is a classic. Very good, Ricky. Demko felt confident today. Do you play Demko next game? No, he definitely doesn't need more practice. Now you go. You ride him. You don't ride him to the ground because Lankinen is good, but you play Demko on Wednesday, especially if Demko's feeling good. He's got momentum. Team's confident in front of him, and it extends Lankinen's rest as well. Yes, I sang it just for you. Yes, I do want reporters to ask better questions. Hey, Clay, Jordan from Uncensored has a birthday coming up in 15 minutes. I wonder if I should bring on Jordan on my show tomorrow. I won't do it tonight. So, is this Witten or is this Jordan? I would love to bring on Jordan on my show for 15 minutes tomorrow. Let him promote his show, what you guys are doing. So, happy early birthday, Jordan. That's cool. I'll probably, by the time I wrap up, it'll probably be 12 o'clock. Oh, it's Witten? Okay. I will message Jordan tomorrow, and what I'll do is I'll explain the playoff format tomorrow, talk about any Canucks news. This is good because it's supposed to be member stream, as you guys know, but it won't be tomorrow. And then I'll bring on Jordan for 15 minutes tomorrow. So Witten, if you can let him know that I'll contact him during the day, and if he doesn't want to join, then you join and pretend it's your birthday. Do I think Demko will do a team-friendly contract? Nope. He doesn't owe the team anything. Like, sure, they've taken care of him medically, but he also probably wants to strike it big. He's not going to make the money that Shesterkin makes, but I could see him wanting at least $7-8 million, really. I think Canucks can't lose him or we are boned. Yeah. But then if he wants, like next year is fine. He's at 5, Lankin is at 4.5. But what happens if he wants 6 or 7? I know the cap, or 7 or 8. I know the cap's going up. We will see how much they will end up paying him. 94 team was Cliff Ronning, Linden, Jeff Courtnell, Greg Adams, Kirk McLean, and Pavel Bure. Yep. Among others. And some big guys like Momesso and Jyrki Lume. It was a good team. They made it to the finals and lost to Game 7 in the Rangers. That's right. What is the real chance? Everything's quoting them at around 20% right now, Burn. 20%. In 1994, it was kind of mishmash. It was 15 teams in the East. Oh, that doesn't look right. 7. What's 7 plus 7? What? It was 26 teams? That's weird. It was 14 in the East and 12 in the West. That's messed up. But yes, that's what it was. There's 26 teams I see here. 14 in the East, 12 in the West. I was the loudest person in San Jose when Bure scored. Good. Way to represent. Gerald Didick. Demko steals the game versus the Jets if he plays. Steals one versus Vegas because we split. I'll take it. I agree with on the reporters' questions. Yes. Thank you, Cindy. Antoski, I'm not sure. Gino was definitely part of that team. Dave Babbich's mustache is greater than any playoff beard. I agree. Yes, Momesso, there we go. I don't know Ciccone was there. Reporters are good mostly, but can annoy the players. Murray Craven. Did anyone see the shade they threw the Canadiens during their brothers of the NHL segment, calling them the same brain? No, the same brain is fine. That's a compliment. That's talking about just how well they think the game and how they think the game similarly. If you're talking about a comment about they sharing the same brain, no, they're not saying they're half as smart as everyone else. They're actually complimenting them. Patterson is much easier to read than listening to. He's got such a vocal stick that is just enough. He's a good writer. Like any of us that do video work or audio work, we all have our hang-ups, our word whiskers, our crutches. I know Jeff Patterson has a few of them. I know I have a few of them. And maybe in a not public forum, I will do I can do impressions of Jeff Patterson, of Daniel Wagner, of Thomas Drance, of Brendan Batchelor, but I'll save them for a different show, a different venue. No, we're not having that random Canuck naming contest, but you can. Yeah, feeling nostalgic. Who needs to be the MVP from now until the end of the season? It's Demko or Lankinen, whoever's in net. We're going to need scoring from someone, but true MVP level, it's got to be our goaltenders. People back then thought Whitmore should be the game number one starter in the playoffs. Over McLean? Crazy. If we make the playoffs, it's so hard to say. I'd like to think so, but concussions could be a couple weeks, could be a couple months, could be career ending, especially in a guy like in Hito's position. I would sure love him. I love his speed. If we make the playoffs, we definitely need him back, though, for sure. Can we watch your 94 video right now and react to it? I'll do that on another stream. So I won't do it tomorrow because I'll bring on Jordan. Wednesday will be a post game. Thursday's members. But I will put it on one day. It is pretty funny. But just look it up. Clay Emo, Much Music. It's pretty funny. Yeah, I was on Much Music. You know what I'll do? Tell you what. I won't play it here, but I'll put it I'll pin it in the chat so you can watch it either now or as soon as the stream ends. Clay Emo, Much Music. Oh, what a good looking guy. Okay, so I will put it in the chat. If you want to watch that now or later, that is my video of me on Much Music. Right on time. Speaking of great questions and interviews, you should watch that video of Clay. I won't spoil it, but my best friend Gerard and I, we had prepared the 5 things that we see in Toronto that we don't see in Vancouver. And we were going to do it in a thing called Speaker's Corner, where you pay a couple bucks and you get to record yourself for a minute. But instead we did it live in front of Monica Dial. Our delivery was not the best. I'm just warning you. Yrvin, I don't know if you'd agree with me, but our delivery was certainly not the best. When are the injured players coming back? It's so tough to say because we haven't heard any time frames yet. So I would hazard to guess right now, Simon. 26 teams in 94. Very good, Fillmore. 20% chance is so painful, or so pain. I know. 41, 40, and 3 for 85 points in 84 games. Detroit was part of the West and beat us up. Yes, Toronto was the Western Final. Very good. How does it work if the NHL adds a team? Because won't it be unbalanced? Yes, it will, Jessica. So they usually add teams in pairs. You don't just add one team. So right now, yeah, it's 4 divisions of 8. It's nice. Then unless you go 34 teams, unless you go 6 uneven divisions, or you go 2 divisions of 9, 2 divisions of 8. That sounds weird. 34, you could go 6, 6, 6, 6, 5, 5. That's still kind of weird too. They should just add 4 teams at the same time. Cowan did it, got traded separately to Blackhawks, and they swept Canucks. And yikes, I did not know that. Yes, I've heard jokes about them sharing the same bed or being the Sedin sisters. That's more of an insult. I agree with you, Yrvin. Great point. If the Canucks send Villander to the AHL, if he signs, that means he will not be eligible for the year. Someone will correct me if I'm wrong, but we've used all. I think we have one more call up. I think we only have one left. MPD to Suter goal looked like play from 21-11 playoffs round 3 game 2. Do you recall play where we win the faceoff Raymond to Higgins on the? I don't, but I will look that up, Alfred. Thank you. Demko could be the wild card. Play-by-play of Clay's Much Music. I will do that eventually. Not tonight, but I will do that for sure. What's the name of your song you're in? I'm in a few songs that I've made, but I'm not sure which one you're talking about. But yes, here's my video of me on Much Music on 1994. Break down the sick moves on the video. Great comeback by Vancouver today. That third period ending was clutch. It was so exciting. It's always exciting. Hey, Jake.
Hello.
Yeah, great game. With everyone happening today, are you still as optimistic? I'm a little bit more optimistic, but they still got an uphill journey to climb, if that makes sense. I've already renewed my season ticket, so that goes without saying. PD pulls off his mask and said, I would have tanked the Canucks if it wasn't for you dastardly kids. Yes. Great Scooby-Doo reference. Clay, you look like a DJ from that Much Music clip. I had pretty sweet hair, I must say. OMG, what you look, totally different guy, Clay. Didn't know you're a cool gangster looking. What? Sarah, you saying I don't look cool right now? So this proves that you guys are all clicking away from this video to watch that video. That's fine. I should have posted the video at the end. Looks like Sean with the enthusiasm of Jake. Jacob, you know my Much Music video, me and Gerard? You've seen that from back in the day? Me and Gerard outside Much Music when we got interviewed. Maybe I haven't shown you. They're saying I look like Sean with enthusiasm of Jacob. You'll take that? Yeah. Why? Because they're saying I don't look like you? Better vice versa. PD wants a draft pick. Suter ruined the plans. Shout out to the barber who gave me that 1994 fade. My voice sounded different too. Well, that was 30 years ago, right? My mohawk. Thank you. Okay. Everyone is Ratu was our last call. Gotcha. No, emergency recall today. So I don't think we did, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm certainly not arguing with you. You might be right, D-Lo. So everyone's watching the Much Music video, which is fine. If the NHL expands, they really need to consider playing around. Extra playoff revenue. Mohawk suits you. Reminds me of that actor from Peter Pan with Robin Williams. They don't flash the idea of the camera too. Yes. Yeah, that was probably a mistake for sure. Happy birthday, Jordan. It is midnight. Ratu was a monster in the face-off dot. I think that's why he got caught up and said, yeah, he was great tonight. Great point. Yeah, there we go. Emergency conditions. Yeah, I wasn't in a music video. I was interviewed outside of Much Music. What will make a comeback first, Clay's flat top or the Canucks in the Stanley Cup Finals? Well, I did pull out the flat top for my 40th birthday 10 and a half years ago. I actually grew out my hair super long. And then for the day of my party, I cut it to a flat top. It wasn't perfect. It was pretty good. And then the next day I shaved it off again. Could have confused me with an actor. Oh, that's great. I'll take that. I did not see the Islanders no goal. Tell me about Edmund. Follow the Canucks to the end of the season. I want to see Ovi pass the great one and see Besser get 30. My aura was insane. It still is insane. No, it's not. But thank you. Yeah, it's pretty recent though, Ricky. We'll probably hear more this week sometime. At least I hope so. People said hi to Jacob. Watch after. I was such a G. What do you mean such? I'm sorry. What an idiot. Emphasis on the wrong word. Let's try that again. What do you mean was? I can't believe I said, what do you mean such? Okay, it's getting late. This season was like watching 3 different teams with injuries and trades and call-ups. No, I'm going to watch Raw now before I go to bed, Tyler, so don't spoil anything for me. You guys are awesome. And it's 12 o'clock. Happy birthday, Jordan Lee. I will message you. I know he's not watching. It's Witten, but Witten, tell Jordan I will message him and see if he wants to come on the show tomorrow for 15 minutes. Give him a chance to talk about his fandom, playoff chances, and pump your channel. Moderators, thank you for keeping this a safe and respectful place. Members, legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Andrew Chang, Hall of Fame and franchise members, thank you for your support. And thanks to all of you for watching, liking, and subscribing. On your way out, like the video, subscribe. You can leave a late donation. Thank you to my sponsors, Van City Experts Real Estate, Coach Patrick Liu, Weight Loss Coach. Thank you to everyone who went above and beyond today. Adam gifts the membership. Make sure that we were not shut out in the donations. Thank you, Adam. SGA used a monthly membership message, 5 months, and Harry used monthly membership message, 21 months. So thanks to all of you for your generosity and for being proud members of the CCC. So yes, once again, why don't you, tell you what, this is what we're going to do. Click on that link, watch it sometime, watch it now while it's fresh, watch it before tomorrow night's show. I'll spend the first 5 minutes of tomorrow night's show. We'll call it Clay's, Much Music Commentary. So CMMC, the first 5 minutes of tomorrow's show, I will get your feedback on my Much Music appearance. Then I will explain the playoff format. I'll talk about any Canucks news of the day. And then I will bring on Jordan from Canucks Uncensored for his birthday. That's what we will do tomorrow. So get ready for it. And then I'll talk about my bowling too, because it's Tuesday night. So lots to talk about tomorrow. And then anything we can't fit in, we can spill over to Wednesday for sure. You guys are awesome. I'm awesome. We're all awesome. Thanks again for being here. And don't forget to rate the bad joke out of 10 on your way out. 11 o'clock, not members, not 10:45, regular CCC tomorrow at 11 p.m. with that new, with that agenda that is set. All right. And we end with this. Yrvin says, if the Canucks win the cup, I will pay my barber to give Clay the 94 fade to return. Heck, I'll even do it if the Canucks win one round, Yrvin. You can hold me to that. Thanks, everyone. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. By the way, did you hear about the cross-eyed teacher? Yes, the teacher who is cross-eyed. He simply couldn't control his pupils. That's pretty funny, actually. Pupils. God bless. And go Canucks go. Booyah.